Michael Moore was on CNN yesterday on Caitlin Collins's show, The Source. And she started out with a CNN poll that showed that 80%, more than 80% of voters under 30 disagree with President Biden's handling of the Israeli-Hamas war and Israel's strikes on Gaza. They want Biden to cut off aid to Israel until Israel stops killing civilians in Gaza. And more, reacting to that poll, Michael Moore said, "I know we're speaking to millions of people, but I'd like to speak to one particular individual, and that is President Biden." Now, Michael Moore was the guy, he was one of the leaders of the movement in Michigan during the primary for people who want a change in Biden's Israel policy to vote undeclared. And over 100,000 people in Michigan did just that. So this is a guy who's got his ear to the ground. He knows what's going on in Michigan. And to some extent, he's driving what's going on in Michigan. So he said, here's what he said. He said, his chance of not being reelected, I think, at this point is so great because of those numbers. He's talking about 80% opposition to Biden's policies among people under 30. Because of those numbers and because he's losing the youth vote, he's lost the Arab American vote in Michigan. He says to Biden, he says, close the bank on Israel. Demand an immediate ceasefire. He said, we need an immediate ceasefire. It is wrong. The mass slaughter of innocents, of children, of women, of the elderly is a sin. It is absolutely against what we believe. I know that, and you, Mr. President, know that too. He went on to say, we're going to lose the election. We're going to lose Michigan if we don't turn this around. I'm increasingly agreeing with Michael Moore. I've, people call and say, oh my God, and I say, it's only April. And now it's going to be May tomorrow. So, it's functionally May. And so, there's 6 months to go, but time is passing and the election's getting closer. And Trump's numbers are growing in the Black community and in the Hispanic community in particular. And in part, that's because, the major Hispanic television network has now been taken over by right-wingers. And so they're pumping out pro-Trump propaganda essentially continuously. They're becoming like Fox News. And they're available in every Spanish-speaking household in America, or pretty much. And you've got over 300 now radio stations that have been bought by right-wing billionaires that are now being programmed in Spanish language with right-wing talk show hosts, Spanish language versions of Rush Limbaugh. And so support in the Hispanic community for Joe Biden, which was at 45% in 2020, is now down to around 10%. And according to the CNN poll. And that's spooky stuff. I mean, this is a real danger. So, I just hope Biden gets this together soon.